felt like people are dancing on our graves. People in fancy dresses, black, of course, posing and living it up on the red carpet. And the black, stupid clothes that the stupid men wore. It's a lie. And I knew they were going to trot the activists out there for PR.
It was one of the most important nights of the Me Too movement. Hollywood's biggest stars wearing black at the Golden Globes to rail against the system that allegedly allowed sexual misconduct to fester for decades. Yet one of the most crucial people in this saga wasn't there. Rose McGowan. For her, that night was all for show.
Every time I thought about those black dresses, I would get a body flashback. Every time, even right now.
What do you mean by a body flashback?
I can feel them there.
The him she's speaking about is Harvey Weinstein. More than 90 women, including McGowan, have come forward to accuse the once powerful movie mogul of acts ranging from sexual misconduct to rape.
This is an international rapist, okay? This is the truth of what it is. This is an international rape factory. Every single place he ever stayed, there were people there set up to help him rape. This is how it went. This is what it was. People, women, girls would be said, oh, you have a meeting or come to a party. They would show up and that party is just him. Who got them there? Who are the assistants?
You're saying there was a machinery.
So I'm saying there's a massive machinery. He is a sociopathic predator. He thinks he's done nothing wrong. I wish just one person would have stood up and said no more, because so many people had so many chances to put a stop to this.
Now McGowan herself is saying no more. Her new memoir, Brave, is a call to arms, going after the Hollywood establishment and telling the story of the day she says Weinstein raped her.
Can you give us a sense of what happened?
My life changed. I thought my life was getting easier.
It was January 1997, the Sundance Film Festival. By this point in her young career, the 23-year-old actress, known as an indie darling,
I think sometimes the city is sucking away at my soul,
had garnered praise for leading roles in films like The Doom Generation.
Oh, you want to play Psycho Killer?
Then she catapulted to mainstream success with Scream. It's at Sundance that she encounters Weinstein, then head of Miramax. She knows he's just a few seats away in the screening of Going All the Way during her topless scene.
Well, sexual.
She says it was deeply embarrassing.
Just go away.
I slid down in the chair. I was pretty mortified.
And why did you slide down in your seat?
Because I felt the man watching me.
The studio head.
It felt really exposed. It was like an appetizer, I suppose, right?
McGowan refuses to call Weinstein by name in our interview, nor in her book.
You call him the monster, the pig monster,
Yeah.
the studio head.
I never wanted him to have residency with my words.
The morning after the screening, McGowan says her then manager, Jill Messick, set up a business meeting for her and Weinstein at the restaurant in his hotel. McGowan says he moved the meeting to his palatial suite.
What were your thoughts going in?
My thought actually was just really like, oh, he'll realize I'm not like other actresses, that I actually have a brain. And that was my goal of the meeting.
To impress him with your mind.
Or just be me, really, I guess.
And so what was your impression when you first met?
I thought he was a warthog from hell. I thought he was terrifying looking. I thought he was the single most ugly person I'd ever seen in my life.
Despite that, the meeting goes well. But as she's walking towards the door to leave, she says things take a fateful turn.
In my head, I was on my way out a door. My brain was on the next moment of what I had to do that day. And the next thing I know, I'm in a totally, completely different situation. So my poor brain is just like shocked, and my poor body is left behind.
In her book, she writes Weinstein pushes her into the suite's jacuzzi room and quickly removes her clothing. She says she's so shocked, she freezes like a statue.
1 minute you're in a meeting and the next minute you're in a bathroom.
It's just like that.
She says Weinstein picks her up and places her on the edge of the jacuzzi. Then, she says, he begins to perform forced oral sex on her.
You write, you detached from my body. I hover up under the ceiling, watching myself sitting on the edge of the tub against a wall, held in place by the monster, whose face is between my legs, trapped by a beast. That's...
A nightmare. Literally a nightmare. And and you will never be the same. But it was consensual, right? I don't know about you, but when you've had consensual sex, you don't really fill up with tears afterwards.
In statements to ABC News, an attorney for Weinstein said that Rose McGowan is looking to promote her new book. And in doing so, she tries to smear Mr. Weinstein with a bold lie, adding that he denies her allegations of non-consensual sexual contact, and it is erroneous and irresponsible to conflate claims of inappropriate behavior and consensual sexual contact later regretted with an untrue claim of rape.
Every single time there's an article about it where they have to put in that it was consensual. It is so repulsive and violating feeling.
Because a lot of people say, well, why didn't you fight him off? Why didn't you run?
A lot of people are also stupid. That would be my response. And they know it, and they know they're saying horrible things and stereotypical things that need to stop. I'm tired of that language. I'm tired of having to answer basic, mundane questions. It's not my fault you're stupid. It's not my fault you can't think bigger. It's not my fault you can't put yourself in the shoes of someone who's been terrorized repeatedly. So don't ask me those questions, because you don't deserve an answer with that. Not you, but the greater you.
What was the emotional impact on you of what happened in that hotel room?
I would have night terrors. I would sweat through to the mattress and inch down into the mattress. I would wake up screaming. This went on for years.
McGowan says after the alleged Weinstein incident, she met with a criminal attorney about pressing charges, but she was talked out of it.
She told me, you're an actress. You did a sex scene. You're done. You'll never win. And she was right. She was not wrong. That was my reaction. I'm going to have to do this a different way.
She reached a settlement with Weinstein for $100,000 in August of 1997. A copy of it was posted here on The New Yorker. In exchange, she would not pursue legal action against him.
Do you regret having signed the settlement?
No, it's a non-factor. I didn't take money for what happened to me. I took money because it's my only way of saying, literally my only way of saying, I did not like this. I did not want this. This was not consensual. Get off me. No, stand back. That was it. This was my only recourse. And in my child's brain, I thought $100,000 was a lot of money.
She says that settlement did not include a confidentiality agreement.
Were there times during the 20 years where you thought, I'm going to break my silence, I'm going to come forward?
Nope.
Why?
People were too stupid. The language in media was not anywhere close to where it needed to be.
Because what happened to me behind the scenes happens to all of us in this society, and that cannot stand, and it will not stand.
The courage of her convictions formed by a harrowing childhood. She was born in Italy and raised in what many call a cult, the Children of God. She eventually left the group for the U.S., where she says she bounced from one broken home to the other.
You ended up running away?
Yes.
Homeless on the streets. What was that like?
Hungry, and where I was very cold, very wet. It was tough.
What motivated you to become an actress?
I had nowhere to live.
You were doing it to get
money
and food.
It was mercenary. It was completely mercenary.
She landed her first speaking role when she was 15 in the cult classic Encino Man.
Oh my God, he is totally rude.
Over the next 5 years, she would go on to appear in 7 more films.
Hello, she lives in Whittier.
By 1997, her career was just taking off when she says the alleged rape happened. From then on, she says, it all fell apart.
Do you think the studio head sabotaged your career?
I know he did.
In what way?
Call every independent studio at the time. I was his #1 target with a nice red line through my name.
In a statement to ABC News, representatives for Weinstein said Mr. Weinstein did not retaliate or blacklist Ms. McGowan. In fact, she continued to work with Mr. Weinstein and attended charity events and industry gatherings hosted by Mr. Weinstein. But McGowan's work in film slowed, so she focused on TV work outside Weinstein's sphere of influence for a lead role in the series Charmed.
Don't tell me I become good in the future.
Damn good.
But under the surface, her rejection of the Hollywood establishment brewing.
These are very powerful people you're talking about.
They are. So am I.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.